Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Amardeep Mishra. So in the previous video, I had given you this question for you to solve on your own. And I told you that we'd be discussing about this question's solution in the next video. So here I am going to talk about the solution for this question. All right. Now see, when you are solving this question, so again there are two ways. Okay, the most traditional way is to multiply all these numbers and get a single number and then divide by 12. But that is going to be a very tedious or a very cumbersome process, because you can see all these numbers, they are having 4 digits each: 1 3 4 5 13 46 13 47. So if you multiply them, it will take too much time and it will no longer be an aptitude question, right? Aptitude means you will have to apply some sort of shortcut, right? In 90 to 95% of the questions, you will have to apply the shortcut. Okay. There are many scenarios wherein you have to be dependent on your speed to solve the question. Instead of thinking about the shortcut, you will have to think about like how quickly you can solve the question, right? But in most of the questions, you can go for the trick. You can go for the shortcut. Similarly, for this question, if you see, if I divide this 1 3 4 5 by 12, then how much will be the remainder individually if I'm dividing this number by 12? So 1 3 4 5 dividing by 12, I'll be getting how much? 12 ones are 12, then 1 4, 12 ones are 12, then 2 5, 12 twos are 24, remainder is 1, right? So from this number, I'm getting a value of remainder as 1. So at the place of 1 3 4 5, I can write 1 in the next step. Into, at the place of 1 3 4 6, how much can I write? Now, you don't have to divide this number again by 12, because you know that this number is just one more than the previous number, right? So here you are getting the remainder of 1. So by default, but obviously you will be getting the remainder of 2 here. Similarly, this third number 1 3 4 7, it is one more than the previous number. So if you divide 1 3 4 7 by 12, you will get a remainder of 3, right? So this difficult looking question, the number, this question, this expression, which was very difficult to you, now it has turned out to be very easy, right? 1 into 2 into 3. Now you can simply write 6 by 12. Now 6 by 12, don't write it like 1 by 2. No, you have to find out the value of remainder when you are dividing the dividend by 12. So 6 by 12 means this value is smaller than 12. So simple, you can say your answer will be equals to 6. Okay, this is the value of remainder. I hope it is clear, right? So this is how we can solve such questions, right? Now, I'm going to talk about the questions which are of the format, uh, which are of this format. Let's say you have x to the power n and you're dividing the number by d. Okay. And then you have to find out the value of remainder. All right. Before I talk about this question, I mean, before I start discussing about these type of questions, let me tell you one very important thing. Sometimes in the remainder questions, they will give you, or they will write down the question in this way. They will write it like this: 346 into 347 into 345 mod 23. Okay. That means this entire is the dividend. Okay. And this 23 is your divisor. And this question mark means what they are asking you is they are asking you to find out the value of remainder. Okay, so please be very, very clear with this word mod. Mod means you have to find the value of remainder. Okay, the expression which is right before the mod, this entire is dividend, which is after the mod, that is the divisor. Okay, and question mark means they are asking you to find out the remainder. Simple. All right, now let me talk about the x to the power n upon d type of questions. Okay, now what does this mean? X to the power upon d type of questions, and you have to find the value of remainder. All right, suppose if I take an expression 16 to the power 45 and dividing it by 15. Now this is completely your x to the power n upon 15 type of question. Now you have to keep in mind, whenever you see such type of questions, you have to look at this number, which is there in the base. Okay. This is the base number and this is the power. This is the power. Now see, divisor is dividing the base number along with the power, right? Because if you look at this expression, the 16 to the power 45, this entire value, it is your dividend, capital D. And this value is the small d, the divisor, right? Okay, now how to think about this question? You need to change the value of this base value, this x value, in such a way that you get either +1 or -1 as the remainder. It seems to be difficult, right? Let me make it easy for you. You see, x you have to write in the form of dq +1 or dq -1. Okay. In these two ways, you have to write down the value of x. So suppose in this example, 16 to the power 45 dividing it by 15, the value of x is 16, right? So I can write 16 as this d means 15, 15 into 1 plus 1 means this is d, this is your q, and this is the r, the value of remainder. And this is what? This is x. So x has been written down in the form of dq plus r in this format, correct? Now, the moment you get this the moment you get this format, you can write here, at the place of 16, you can write 15 into 1 plus 1 to the power 45 upon 15. Okay. Now, irrespective of this power, you can see this 15 into 1, this value, it is divisible by 15 completely. And the remaining, this value, 1. Okay. So you can write it directly as 1 to the power 45 upon 15. 1 to the power 45 means 1. So I can write 1 by 15. 1 by 15 means the value of remainder is 1. Okay. So from here, I can say the remainder value is equals to 1. Okay. So you can make the question this much simple if you understand this concept. Okay. I hope this point is clear. Okay. Nothing is difficult over here. I'll give you one more. I'll solve one more question for you. Let's say I have 14 to the power 49 and dividing by 15. Okay. Now look at the value of x. This is x, this is n, and this is divisor. Okay. So I can write x equals to dq minus r in this format. How? X is 14. So 14 equals to 15 into 1 minus 1. I can write it like this, right? So this will be written as 15 into 1 minus 1 to the power 49, correct? Upon 15. Now see, 15 into 1 minus 1. Now this is minus 1. Okay, this part is completely divisible. 15 into 1. So here I can write minus 1 to the power 49 and dividing it by 15, right? Now you can see minus 1 to the power an odd number. Minus 1 to the power even number, you will get plus 1. Minus 1 to the power odd number, you will get minus 1. So from here, you will get minus 1 by 15. So by looking at this, you can say that, sir, minus 1 is the remainder. But I told you in the previous video that if you are getting negative remainder, you don't have to write that value as your answer. Okay, you have to write the positive value of remainder as the answer. So minus 1, this is the negative remainder. How can you get a positive remainder from negative remainder? See, the positive remainder would be, your final answer would be equals to a divisor value, okay, plus the negative remainder value. Okay. Now, divisor is how much? 15, and plus negative remainder is how much? Minus 1. Now this 15 plus into minus 1, that will be minus 1. So 15 minus 1, this will come out to be 14. That means 14 is the positive value of remainder. Okay. So from here, you will get the value of remainder as 14. All right. I hope these two questions are clear to you. Now I'll give you one more question. Think about that. Try to get the answer. Suppose we have 2 is to the power 45 and dividing it by 2 is to the power 45 and dividing it by 17. Okay, this is the question I'm giving you for homework. Try to solve this question. I mean, this is the what, I mean, what is the value of remainder? You have to find the value of remainder. Or I can also write down the question like this: 2 raised to the power 45 mod 17. Okay, now what is the value of remainder? Okay, now there is one more way of solving these type of questions, that is using the Euler theorem or Euler theorem. We'll talk about Euler theorem or Euler theorem in the next session. Okay, there's so many ways of finding the value of remainder, right? So one of the methods we have seen today, this is the most basic method. The next method we'll talk about in the next session, sorry, in the next video, that is the Euler theorem or Euler theorem. And after that, we will talk about the Chinese remainder theorem, right? You solve this question and we will discuss about the solution in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, then please do not forget to like it. Don't forget to share this video with your friends. And at last, very important thing, do not forget to subscribe to my channel.